Happy guinea pig! Here we go.
Hi y'all, I'm Alyne. Welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm going to be doing a squash casserole my way. And it's very similar to a squash dressing. I kind of got the recipe from my sister the Heart Georgette years ago. And we had some squash and stuff. And she showed me how she made it. Now I've got a small pot of cornbread here, y'all, and that skillet is hot. I took it out of the oven just a very few minutes ago, and I'm going to get that out of the way.
That's the one skillet right there that Piggy does not wash.
Piggy don't touch that skillet because about the only thing that ever gets cooked in that is cornbread. And as y'all saw, my cornbread come out. Now,
I touch it if I'm handing it to her, but that's about as far as that goes.
But for those of y'all that don't know how I make my cornbread, I will put an iCard up about my cornbread recipe. And what I do is I just make a small pot of cornbread for this. Now, if you have a large pound of cornbread, you want to use probably about half of it, or whatever you need. But anyway, as I was saying, we were wanting to use up the squash, and Georgette said that she could make a squash casserole if we wanted, because I didn't know how to make squash casserole at that time. And I said, sure. And she made this casserole with cornbread. And she said it's squash casserole, but it could be squash dressing as well. Okay. So, y'all, that's where my squash casserole recipe comes from. I know it's not the same as all these recipes out there for squash casserole. Believe me, I looked up some today before I did this to see what all I'd need. And I couldn't find nothing like what Georgette made. So, I'm making up my own recipe as I go. We're going to see how it tastes at the end, because I can't remember everything she put in hers. Now, I will tell you this. I've got my cornbread here. Right here, I've got 2 yellow squash, which were probably you want to consider medium yellow squash, and I've got 1 zucchini about that size right there. The yellow squash were probably about that like that each. So, and in here I've also got half of an onion that has been cut up and sliced, so, in the half moons, like that. And what I'm going to do, I put, to do this, I put put 4 tablespoons of butter in my skillet, and then I put my squash and my onions in there and let them cook down for about 10 minutes until everything was tender. Then I'm straining everything, getting all the juice off of it and all the butter, and that way if I need to use this juice that's in this pan, I will, but if I don't, I won't. So I'm going to go ahead and put my squash and stuff in here. Get all that stirred together. Now, what I'm going to add to this is I've got a can of cream of mushroom soup and 2 eggs. I've got salt, pepper, and I've got my rub. Georgette put some other seasonings in hers. That's why I'm using my rub. I don't know what all seasonings she used. I just know she used some seasoning. Yeah, Georgette was a wonder in the kitchen. She was a phenomenal cook, as was her mother. I've got that stirred up. Now, into this, I'm going to put my soup, and I'm going to put 2 eggs. And I'm going to mix it all together, and I'm going to add my salt and pepper to taste and add my rub. If I can get this can. Y'all, I have the hardest time. Ooh, there we go. Got that little can open. There you go, Piggy. I'll give you that to throw away. And that to throw away. I'm going to go ahead and do my eggs on here and just mix all this up together. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I've got my oven on 375. And I'm supposed to set these shells in the strainer for a minute. That's it. I've got my oven on 375. I'm going to bake this for about 30-35 minutes. And I may have to add the rest of that liquid to that. Piggy, do me a favor. Take that spoon, please. I'm going to put those eggs in there. And y'all, my hands are clean. I washed them. I just didn't really want to stick them in that hot bread. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to mix everything up by hand. to get everything incorporated right. It may be a little bit warm in there, but
like anything else, you scared to get your hands dirty, you ain't gonna get it right.
that's it. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm putting my rub in there. Yeah, I'm just a shaking it.
Shake. Okay.
He's gonna do all sorts of singing for us.
So, some of y'all know what that goes to.
That's probably about a half teaspoon or so. I'm gonna shake a little bit more. Probably get about a teaspoon.
Shake, yo.
Piggy, will you open the salt for me, please?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna add some more black pepper. Now there is salt and black pepper in the rub, and I've already salted the vegetables, so I'm not gonna add much salt. Yes, I am going to add it with black pepper. I love black pepper, y'all.
Flavor.
All right. And over there I have about,
You know that?
yeah. What do you say? That wasn't quite half a block, was it, Piggy? That was maybe
Almost, not quite.
almost half a block, not
Done
quite.
with that hand to heel.
I'm done with that. And I'm going to go ahead and add this liquid to this because I want it to be a little bit moist.
I take it you done with
I'm
that.
done with that. And all that liquid was whatever butter was left and the natural liquids off of the squash and onion. All right, y'all. I'm going to take and I got my casserole dish right here.
I got the camera on all that right there.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm
One thing you always good. You know.
I'm going to put my squash casserole in my casserole dish. Y'all wonder what I'm laughing at, but Charlie's over there trying to climb up in the other bar stool. He's a little bit short for that. He wants to be a part of the kitchen.
He thinks he's human.
There you go,
He also
Piggy.
thinks he's a cat. He
Yeah,
thinks
yeah.
he's whatever will benefit him at the time.
Yeah. And y'all can see that's my... And yes, I'm putting all this cheese on here, y'all. I like cheese. And
I don't think I've met many women that don't.
especially like cheese on casserole. Okay. Y'all see, I reuse pie pans and everything, y'all.
Save money.
I'm saying. Getting all that cheese and goody off my fingers. Now I'm going to grab me a paper towel.
All that fancy cooking stuff is nice to have, but, you know, when you ain't got the money for all that, you learn to work with what's available.
Well, my thing is, even if you do have the money for all that, what's the use of spending a lot of money on something if you got something you can reuse?
Right. Save that little bit for something else.
It's recycle and reuse. All right. I'm getting ready to put this in the oven now. Again,
Yeah,
I got my...
But we ain't got that grain. They didn't have that grain thing when we were growing up. But, you know.
If Piggy wants to put this on the oven, I'm getting ready to put this in the oven. Again, it's at 375. And I'm going to let this cook for about 30 to 35 minutes.
Folks, that was a veiled order of get your butt over here and do what you're supposed to be doing.
And I'm going to got to set the timer.
She's just being nice about it.
All right, okay. There we go. We're right at 30 minutes. And I'll be back in about 30 minutes to show you what it looks like and do a taste test. All right, y'all, I'm taking it out of the oven. It actually cooked about 28 minutes, but it's done. No, don't that look good, y'all? Close that. Get my chair up here. I got the Piggy plate in my plate right here. And we know what time it is. We're going to let Piggy get a picture of this on the plate.
I done got a picture of it in the dish.
Okay, we'll see which picture I'm going to use of it. Oh man, y'all, that looks so good and moist. Look at that. Look at that. What I didn't tell everybody was that on my recipe, if you don't have cream of mushroom or if you don't like mushrooms, you can use cream of chicken, cream of celery. It's entirely up to you what you use.
I guess pretty much any kind of soup you like, huh?
Yeah, well, any kind of cream of soup.
Okay.
And y'all know, I'm over here, I'm getting ready to get me a taste.
Y'all know what time it is.
Hold this up here. Oh yeah, I gotta get a bite of that cheese and squash in there. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of everything. Squash, onion, cheese, cornbread. And this is hot because it just come out of the oven. Smells good.
There it is, folks.
Our good stuff.
Hey, y'all know by now, just as I've learned with her, she talks about she hopes things turns out good, but, you know, 9 times out of 10, maybe 9.9 out of 10, it's going to be good. We all know it.
Well, y'all, the thing about it is when I experiment with cooking, I never really know. I try to experiment with flavors and stuff. But that turned out good. So, I know this is a pretty short video. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them best I can. I thank y'all very much for watching. We're going to eat supper. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where's my phone?